We've made significant improvements in the control model for the Flux model because we obtained the Pro version of the original Flux model CN.
So I think the strongest feature of this Pro version is its control over OpenPose character poses.
Why say that? Because in the previous Flux system, column control existed, but the part related to OpenPose was actually a significant gap. In reality, when generating character roles using the Flux model, we need OpenPose to control the posture of the characters, especially when using multiple CNs together. So in the era of the 1.5 model, we might see someone promoting VDY. At that time, the most shocking demonstration for CN was using a pose map to guide the generation of image poses for our character roles. The longer you go on entering the STIR phase and the Plus model era, the slower OpenPose becomes in release. It usually takes about half a year.
To help people forget this concept, let's look at the infrastructure workflow. Navigate to RunHub's AI or click the link in the introduction to register, and you'll receive 12 gigabytes daily. Logging in each day will give you an additional 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested online.
This is the basic workflow of a Flex model template diagram combined with a CNN model. As shown in the video, use the ControlNet loader here to load it. So for the joint ControlNet, I personally think we should create a settings type node to choose our corresponding type, such as selecting OpenPose here. It's just like our 1.5 second timer. If we enter an image like this without detecting posture, we should intentionally adjust the audio processor. If we load a pose map, we can directly load it. If we use high-end anti-piercing nodes, we can combine them with other features like masking, allowing us to perform more complex and interesting operations. Flux was set to 4 based on previous experience, and no special adjustments were made elsewhere. Its posture control is very strong. I believe everyone has already seen that. This is not only effective for anime effects, but also performs well in real-world effect generation. I think it's excellent. Because up to now, we have never obtained a strong OpenPose model within the Flux system. Then we see soft edges, which allow us to control subtle effects and constrain them, enabling the model to imagine more divergently. The preprocessor draws on experience from the 1.5 model. I used HED, and the following types should also correspond accordingly. In my personal testing, I found that setting the weight to 0.7 for all types works well, and values between 0 and 0.7 don't cause significant issues. Among all the control types, I prefer depth map control the most because showcasing effects is crucial for our work. For example, here we perform precise control over a motorcycle, creating an incredibly impressive effect. By using a 2.25D model, we can achieve an anime-style effect while also showcasing realistic refraction similar to the real world. The node line control offers additional improvements compared to the non-pro version, allowing us to precisely control most elements. When we adjust to an appropriate intensity, like 0.6, we can effectively control all the elements. Here, I performed linear control on a building and rendered it accordingly, achieving excellent results. In the original Flux tier system, we actually use a node model that relies on transferring pixel to pixel. I think there are some fundamental technical differences here, but I didn't find any supporting evidence, so I stopped looking further. Within the Flux tier system, we cannot combine linear and depth effects together, and there is no mask applied here as well. So this is actually the advantage of using ControlNet together. Finally, let's look at the multi-CN series connection and mask application that we couldn't achieve within the Flux True system. I'm trying to figure out what I want to accomplish here. 2 CNs, one controls the foreground, the other the background. Foreground is a locomotive, background is sunflowers. Use strong line controls for the foreground and weak line controls for the background. Then we will solve each of these issues one by one using the same CN, just with different types set. Connected to CNs, one corresponding to Canon and the other to Soft Edge, with 2 input images. Then, as the first CN, I'll take control of the locomotive image. Then, how can we just control the locomotive? I'm using a background removal node here to extract a mask. Know that the white area is the part we're using, so I connected it to the first CN before it was reversed. Then, reversing the mask, you want the sunflower to affect only the background. Just connect the corresponding reverse masks in sequence. Of course, we can also add some options like masks and a blur for further optimization here. I'm just explaining a principle here. Try again, it's still just as fun. Looking at the final result, our control application worked successfully, otherwise the locomotive wouldn't have been so pure. In summary, with such a powerful model, we can combine multiple controls and integrate them with other components to create more organized and diverse content.
So most of the time, this channel shares some open source models and projects, but closed source models are where RunningHub really shines. It brought down the prices of many popular models, such as V2, Kling, and Wanshang. Some specifications were even lower than the official published prices. The more you use it, the more you'll realize that saving up bit by bit really saves money in the long run.